Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I apologize for the attitude I'm going to have today, but people better understand something that's going on. We got an election coming up next month in November, a couple of weeks from now, and they better understand what's at stake. This is ridiculous. We got a president that shuts down our oil and gas independence and to extortion us into buying electric cars. That's what it is. It's an extortion. We're going to take away your oil so you have to buy an electric car that I can't afford. Then you want to take away the police that protects our communities and defund the police. Meanwhile, the crime is going crazy in the cities, and all of these Democrat-run cities, this is specifically for the Democrats, all these Democrat-run cities are going crazy with crime because they're coming up with cashless bail. So you got the people going into jail and then getting released right away without bail. So they're committing crimes again. People being thrown in front of subway cars, beaten on buses, beaten in the street, old women being beaten in the street. And at the same time, we don't have any police to protect us. Then, in order to further the insult to the injury, they want to take away my gun. Look, folks, I'm a former Marine, I'm a patriot, and I love my country. Yes, I have guns. And if you're not going to give me the police to protect myself, then I need a gun to protect myself. And now you want to take away my gun also? And you Democrats better understand something. Specifically, the African American community. A lot of you people have nice homes and nice cars and good jobs, and you have a nice life and you're sending your kids to nice schools. But a lot of you have forgotten the ones that have been forgotten in these inner cities like Chicago and Baltimore and New York City and Los Angeles, where your people are being slaughtered in the streets, literally slaughtered. Over 2,800 people, young people mostly, young black American people, have been killed in your cities, in your Democrat-run cities, since last year. Over 2,800. There's almost 100 of them being shot on a regular basis every weekend, and some of them die. And by the way, some of these are very young children. Bullets coming through their bedroom windows or sitting in the back seat of their car. Parents can't even send their kids out for a quart of milk because they may not come home. So you go ahead and you vote Democrat again. But you better understand what's at stake. It's your children that are ones that are going to pay the price, because these Democrat-run politicians, they don't give a shit about you. They appointed a vice president who's just stupid as the day is long into the vice president position, and they appointed her as border czar. She's never been to the border in 2 years. Border czar. She's supposed to solve the problem with the people coming over the country, over the border. She's never even been to the border to address the problem. Why? Because they say there is no problem. They say the border's secure. Well, if you have 2 million people since 2020 crossing over the border illegally, that does not sound like they have a secure border. And what are they bringing into the border? Hundreds of pounds of fentanyl. Fentanyl. By the way, this fentanyl, one of the politicians, I forget who it was, said that the fentanyl should be declared a weapon of mass destruction. You say, well, what does that mean? It means that we're under attack. From who? From China. China is sending the chemicals over to Mexico, and the Mexican cartels are making billions and billions of dollars sending that stuff over to make, and they even made it look like candy to kill even more of our children. Is anybody talking about that in your communities? No. But you know what, folks? It's killing our kids. They want to care. They really care about the people that are dying from the pandemic. and they want to say, "Oh, we need to take the shot. We need to take the shot." Which, by the way, that's a scam also. That whole frickin' thing with the pandemic and the scam, that was another attack by China. But they want to care about what happened with the pandemic. But they don't give a shit about how many thousands and thousands and thousands of kids have been dying from overdose from this fentanyl being sent in here by China. A weapon of mass destruction. China is killing our people. They're not doing it with guns. They're not doing it with planes and bombs and bullets, but they're killing them just the same. Then we have a president who says, "Oh, we're going to protect the country." He's supposed to be the commander-in-chief. Well, he put all this woke bullshit into the military, telling it that they more care about transgender operations in the military and gay rights in the military and this bullshit about racial equity in the military. Well, now you can't even get people to sign up for the military. The enrollments in the military is way down. Why? Who the hell wants to go in there? They're not going to be defended. And how do you know they're not going to be defended? Because we pulled them out of Afghanistan, and we left our people behind, and there was 13 Americans that were killed during the withdrawal, and we left billions of dollars of equipment in there. The best equipment in the world we left behind. Now, I don't know who's running the country, but it's certainly not Joe Biden. And the military-industrial complex, those people are going home at night, boy, they're dancing and they're enjoying their high society meals and their dinners and stuff like that because of the military-industrial complex is elated with the fact that there's wars going on and they're supplying weapons to all these other countries. I got to pay, at the gas pump, I got to pay exorbitant amount of prices. I can't even afford food. And I can't afford to put gas in my car. But what are they trying to do? It's very simple. If they wanted to solve the problem, they would do what Donald Trump said. They would finish the wall, open up the oil spigots and create our energy independence again, and hire more police officers instead of 87,000 IRS agents that are armed. Why do you need armed IRS agents? Since the inception of this country, it's been acceptable if you need somebody to be audited, you send them a letter in the mail and you make them answer the address or go to court and find out where the money is that they owe the government. But now all of a sudden you need armed IRS agents? Why? How come you're not hiring 87,000 more police officers to protect our citizens? An old lady beaten on the bus. The bus driver doesn't even give a shit, doesn't press the emergency button, doesn't stop the bus, and just let her get her ass kicked. The whole country's going to hell, folks. We better hope we get Donald John Trump back in that White House in 2024. Although I would like to see him run for Speaker of the House in 2022, which, by the way, he does not have to be elected to Congress to become Speaker of the House. Congress can appoint him Speaker of the House. Then he can spend the first year as Speaker of the House undoing and impeaching with, all these people that have been destroying the country, and then spend the second year running for president in 2024. Folks, if you vote Democrat in this election next month, you're voting to bring down the Republic. The Republic is falling. It's failing. And our people don't know what to do. They don't know whether to shit or spit nickels. What they want, folks, is they want people out in the streets. They want us to get to the point where we're out in the streets violently so they can... Oh, my God, people are rebelling. We need to restore order. How do you do that? Well, we're going to have to suspend the Constitution and declare martial law. That's what they're after, folks. They're after... There's a communist movement in this country by communist countries outside this country to overthrow this country from within. There is no racial thing that they're talking about, racial equity and stuff like that going on at the street level. But the politicians want to divide and conquer. And they're all being run by these outside country. High tech is involved with this. And why? Why would the high-tech companies be involved with this? Why would they want this to happen? Because they don't give a shit about the American flag. They're making money in all these countries. So if they turn us all into slaves, they make all the money. Think about it, folks. That's why they want communists in this country. Do not vote for Democrats in this election coming up. Fetterman's a piece of shit communist who doesn't even know, he's just another Joe Biden. He doesn't even know where he is half the time. Then you got Raphael Warnock, who is a self-proclaimed communist in Georgia running against a great American like Herschel Walker. We better take back the Senate, and we better take back the House, and in 2024, take back the presidency to the Republican Party, or this country is over. Think about it, folks. I'm an American patriot, former United States Marine, and I am not a white supremacist, and I am not a threat to the Republic. I'm trying to save the Republic. I'm trying to save the Republic. And if I was younger, I'd have kids in school, I'd be at the school board meetings, and then you would have Merrick Garland sending the FBI in to investigate me as a domestic terrorist. Parents are not domestic terrorists because they want to save their children and stop the pornography in the libraries and teaching second graders that they can choose any gender they want and showing them pornography in these schools. God bless America, folks. Let's get this right.